Hello everyone, good evening. Shupu Shanta, Dr. Forhad, Countao Nya Nya Kinma, Myanmar students, Ni Hao, Sawadee Krap, Como Estas, Bonzu. I think I have covered everyone, wishing you all. And today I'm going to present about my presentation about the knowledge that I have acquired from ICT class, and I have taken the first point, and I am right now using the OBS Studio for records for screen recording in PowerPoint presentations. So if any of you are interested this kind of mode for teaching your kids and so on, sending your presentations in PowerPoint, you may go to YouTube and type OBS Studio presentations or tutorial. You will have a lot of them explaining all about these details. Through this app, you may also use it your screen, your video capture. You can take up and down or place it in a corner, so it is more a kind of flexible to you. And today I'm going to talk about my first point about moving from teaching to learning. So what I learned from this class is that the first point which I would like to share is that moving from teaching to learning. Most of the time our professors have concentrated in teaching, sometimes not aware that how much teachers have, our students have learned or grabbed the material. So it is says that one of the pictures I put on this video presentation is that just because you covered it, that doesn't mean they learned it. Just because a teacher or being as a teacher, many of you as being teacher, that you have covered a topic, that doesn't mean that the student have learned. You have to see that the learning takes place. And I think this class, in ICT class, our professor has seen that the learning takes place every day after the class. A professor has asked us to submit your journal or also upload it what we have learned in our e-portfolio. I think this method I found during this class is helpful for me. The next point I will be talking about, that is moving from memory to understanding. During the entire ICT class, what I found is that there was no memorization that material that you needed. Most of the time in our childhood or most of our college time, we have memorized and produced what we have memorized in our examinations. But this ICT class, the special one, which I found very kind of feel at home. There was nothing to memorize, but rather we have to understand the concepts that we are learning each week. That's how I found that this is a great method that I have learned from ICT class. The next method which I liked or learned from this ICT class is that moving from listening to reflection. How did it happen during our entire course time? We as a students are very keen to listen, very keen to hear what is happening in the class and grab the knowledge. But our professor has not only made us to listen, but also made us to reflect that what we have learned. So through this reflection, how did it happen? If you ask me, the reflection happened through our journal that we were writing after each class. So I think this method that Dr. Forhad followed during the entire ICT class has helped me to learn something, has helped me to reflect upon what I have learned. And I found this a kind of a easy technique where I am up to date about my learning of each class. The next method or the technique that I have learned from ICT class is that moving from reflection to questioning. If you see the two photos which I put on my PowerPoint presentation just next to me, I think you all remember the gravitation theory. When Newton was sitting under the tree, When apple fell down, the reflection started. How it can happen? That's where the gravitation theory emerged. Right now, I'm sitting under the tree and waiting something to fall or to find something. This is just for a joke. I think everyone have to, after reflection, have to have questioning why something's happened, why something have not happened, and to be sure that you are on the right path. The next technique or the method that I acquired from ICT class is that questioning, moving from questioning to creativity. What I understand is that our professor not only has welcomed us to question that you have got it. If you remember the class from the first week of the class, professor is to ask any questioning. The participation also matters, some kind of grade and so on. Once you start from questioning, also you will have creativity, how to do it. The creativity that our professor has allowed us to do is through our presentations. Most of you have already done the midterm presentation, presenting the applications. I think each of you have done your creativity according to your own ability, but I am sure that you have learned something, and your creativity, I think the next time it will develop further so that you are equipped with more knowledge and creativity in your presentations. The next point which I would like to talk about is that the method or the technique I have learned is that moving from classroom to library and beyond. You can see me right now, I am at the AU library. Behind me is the AU library that you can see it. This is the thing and technique. So we began our classes from classroom. Later, we moved to online. So this is just at this pandemic situation, there's nothing happening in the classroom. It's everything online, Zoom classroom, or you call Microsoft Team classroom, or Google Meet seminar. Everything is happening. But our professor has taught us not only from classroom, he also took to the library, that is AU library, through online teaching. And not only stopped there, but he also took us beyond the library thing. That is when we learned about our research method, that is how to use our EndNote and so on. So it is from classroom to library and library to beyond, which helpful to your future in when you do your presentations and so on. So that's what I feel that I got this technique from this ICT class, that is moving from classroom to library. The next point which I would like to talk about is that moving from information to formation. You all may agree with me that during this entire ICT course, a lot of you all got a kind of information about the ICT, how to use ICT in our education field and so on. You have learned in this class about writing journal, writing about your e-portfolio, presenting your applications that are used in education and so on and so forth. For me especially, that information is everything, is very good importance. And if you look at me behind a lot of books which gives a lot of information, but the class on ethics which has given me a kind of more formation to my life, which I need to be ethical in whatever things I have to do. This ethics class taught me to be more aware of bullying and also not to troll others, and also to be acknowledge the content whichever I take it from internet or regarding the sources. And I think this has given me a formation to my life to be a moral person, to be ethical in whatever I do. And here I take this opportunity to thank Dr. Forhad for giving me this kind of opportunity to present through video. And this is my first experience that I have done it. And I'm sorry if some kind of visual effects or video editing is not up to the mark, because I'm doing it at a random stretch, and I have even changed my clothes for this. I just put pause and change the course and continuing other. This is a random, and I thank you all for this great opportunity, and I really enjoyed this class, and I thank all my friends who are with me, also helped me to grow up, also to learn about ICT in education, and also thank Sumit being my partner in two of our presentations, and all of you all. It's a great joy to know each of you, and may all of you do well in your future subjects, and hope to see you all next semester. Thank you. Bye bye.